This morning, I'm joined by Bob Logan, who is a longtime motivational speaker and a first-time author with a very interesting career path that led him in this direction. So the book is Let Your Path Find You, Embrace Your Own Winding Road to a More Fulfilling Life. It's already won an award, and you're already kind of helping people figure out how they can trust their gut, take some chances, and broaden their horizon. So welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a 6-year journey to get this thing finished. So I'm really happy that it's out there, and I think that people are enjoying it.
Well, because you've been busy, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. So talk to me about your career journey.
Oh, boy. It is a crazy, crazy career. From teaching high school, coaching at the University of Arizona, head coach of Bologna Fighting Doves in the Italian Football League, raising millions of dollars at the University of Arizona. Now I'm a motivational speaker. So it doesn't look good on a resume. It looks like I can't keep a job.
But I think that there is such a new mindset, really embracing what I heard somebody say the other day on a podcast. They were multi-passionate, many different interests, and it doesn't mean that you're scattered. It means that we're kind of accepting people as being, you know, whole people who have a lot of interests and skills.
Absolutely. But on the converse to that, what I found is that there are many people that are just living day to day, doing the same job, just trying to get to a retirement, and maybe don't like their job. As an example, I worked at AT&T for many years, and my division was getting sold, and I was going to lose my job. I knew I was going to lose my job. So I sat down with one of the longtime employees, and Elaine, help me out. I'm not sure what I should do. How are you doing? She says, I hate my job. She'd been there 17 years, and I said, are you going to do this for 13 more years? She goes, yeah, my pay's too good, my benefits are too good. Well, I like to do change and try new experiences. And I think too many people are afraid to change and step out of their comfort zone.
Okay, so what's the barometer, or how often should we be asking ourselves, are we happy? Do we need to make some sort of a change?
Right. Well, it's all about work-life balance, right? And I think most people, if you're smart in where you're working, you should have your antenna up all the time, because let's say you're not getting invited to meetings that normally you would get invited to. That should be a red flag for you. I think that might be a time to start reevaluating. Maybe this isn't the place to do it. And as anybody knows, if you're going to get a new job while you're still working, not after you're already gone.
So you're assessing what your prospects are for growth in your own workplace. But what about when it just doesn't feel as fulfilling as it once did? Things are going well, but you just know you're ready for a change. I mean, that's risky.
Yeah, it is risky, but you know what? That's what life is all about. It's all about risk, right? And I've gone from being a coach to a teacher to a computer salesman to the College of Science. I went from athletics, and look at me, I'm a dumb jock, right? From athletics to the science where I didn't have a degree.
Fundraising even for the biosphere,
exactly, yeah, the biosphere, missions to Mars, and it was the best thing I ever did.
They're like, that Bob guy knows what he's talking about. Does he? It doesn't matter. Everybody likes it.
Well, trust me, the scientists didn't think so when I came in. It took some convincing.
Very quickly, I guess it's about finding a narrative that connects the dots between these different stops along the way, right? What's the best way to do that?
Well, I think I was fortunate. I always had good bosses wherever I was. So trying to find an environment or an area that you think you might be able to grow, but don't be afraid to change. That's the thing. Don't be afraid to step outside of that comfort zone and do something new and exciting. And if it doesn't work out, you change.
Yeah, the energy that you embody is a reminder of how great it is to be on a journey of lifelong learning and of change and growth.
Well, and that's why the name of the book, it's Find Your Path. You know, and we didn't talk about the Camino de Santiago, but that was a life-changing experience. And there are many Camino stories in there, so if you don't know about the Camino, you got to Google it.
Well, we want to make sure that everybody can find this book, so how do they get it?
It's on Amazon, it's on Barnes & Noble. The easiest way to get there is just take that title, Let Your Path Find You, add.com at the end. It's a book landing page, and you can click on the Amazon or the Barnes & Noble button.
Very nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think it's always inspiring to hear people's journeys, and I know you'll probably inspire people.
I appreciate the time. It's been a blast.
To follow their instincts and explore out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.